Welcome to Psychic Insights, where pop culture meets higher consciousness and the tea is always a little bit mystical. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and around here we don't just watch the drama unfold. We read the energy behind it, whether it's celebrity scandals, reality TV, chaos, or true crime with a twist. I'm tuning in to bring you the intuitive scoop the headlines miss. So buckle up, because your aura's about to get entertained. Hello, it's me, your psychic girlfriend, Robin Richardson, and welcome back to this episode of the continuing saga, of Clayton Echard and Laura Owens. Now, last week, Megan Fox interviewed Clayton, and it was so awesome to see him looking and feeling wonderful. And it got me thinking, since I've been looking into, I've been using human design to kind of try to understand people's blueprints. I wanted to take a look at the possible reasons and connections through the human design of Clayton and Laura Owens. Now, let's have a little reminder here. Laura accused Clayton of fathering her twins, and that ended up to be false pregnancy claims and led into her being charged with 7 felonies in this very public legal drama. I'm here for it. But here's the thing, when we look at their human design charts, it all starts to make sense. And why they met, why it blew up, and what lessons they were meant to learn. And because I know you're wondering, we're going to look ahead at Clayton's path in love, and when will he marry, and what will his future wife be like? Because I'm nosy like that. Now remember, these are my psychic insights and opinions and interpretations, and so yeah, let's start with Clayton. Clayton is what's called a manifesting generator in human design, and you don't need to know all the mechanics, so just let's think about it like this. He's wired for energy, action, and trying many things in life, and he has natural magnetism that pulls people in and experiences towards him. But here's the catch. When manifesting generators say yes to the wrong things, they end up in frustration, tangled up in drama that wastes their energy. Sound familiar? I think it does. And that's exactly what happened here with Laura and Clayton. Clayton also has what's called emotional authority, which means he's designed to wait through his feelings before making big choices. But in relationships, it's easy for him to get swept up in the moment and commit too soon. That's the shadow side, and it's part of why he ended up in this mess with Laura. So I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. So his profile is the 2-5, and that shows that people project things onto him. He can be seen as the hero or the scapegoat, and that kind of depends on the story. And with Laura, he became the scapegoat. So even without full chart detail, you can see that Clayton was energetically wired to attract intense situations, but also to learn discernment, learning when to walk away, which we saw him try to do. We've seen him do this on television, right? He did that in Perfect Match. He made a decision about Rachel. He was all in. The next day, he was not in at all, which I've said this before in a previous episode. Clayton really should stay away from dating shows. He needs more time to make decisions about how he feels. And he needs to try stuff. So dating shows like that were probably good for him to be able to see through his own design that, he needs to try different things. Anyway, so let's talk about Laura and her human design. So let's remind everyone, Laura is a projector, and that's a very, very different type of energy. Projectors are here to guide, to be recognized. But when they're not recognized, so when Clayton said, yeah, I'm not into it, they can become bitter, manipulative, and forceful. So she has the emotional authority just like Clayton, which means two people riding emotional waves together without clarity. This creates drama on top of more drama, with a side of drama. So her 6-2 profile means she's supposed to grow into wisdom through trial and error. But right now, she's still stuck in the chaos phase, spinning stories, rewriting the past, and trying to prove herself. So where Clayton is meant to be open, responsive, and magnetic, Laura is meant to guide and be invited in. Instead, she forced, manipulated, and created bitterness. So why did Clayton and Laura meet? Like, why? So together, these charts explain why they collided. Both had emotional authority, so instead of waiting for clarity, they acted in the heat of the moment. Both carry the storyteller channel, which in its shadow becomes weaponizing the past. That's literally what unfolded. Dueling stories in the court. Laura's projector focus locked onto Clayton, and his manifesting generator openness pulled her in. It felt magnetic, even fated, but it was always karmic. So, the bigger picture, this wasn't about love, obviously. This was a karmic contract. Laura mirrored to Clayton the cost of saying yes to the wrong things, and Clayton mirrored to Laura that she can't control or bend the truth to fit her story. See how this works? Pretty damn cool, if you ask me. This is the karmic lesson. Their meeting was meant to shake them awake. It sounded like that's happening for Clayton. For Clayton, it's also about learning discernment, waiting for the right invitations, not reacting to every situation that shows up. Clayton, I can teach you about your intuition, help you discern. For Laura, it's about learning that control, manipulation, and forced recognition will always collapse in the end. Laura doesn't listen, so keep on moving, Laura. And the fallout, the trial, the charges, the public unraveling is the karmic ripple effect of those lessons not being learned yet. Remember, they are kind of young. I had to remember that when I saw Clayton and remembered what found out what his birthday is. And I'm just like, he is like 1 year older than my son. So I get it. As a mom, I get it. Laura, again, as a mom, I'd be like, wait a minute, sister. Anyway, I digress. I'm not her mother. All right, so let's talk about something great. Clayton's future in love, because you know what? He really deserves something awesome, right? And I pulled cards, and the energy around him is so much brighter when it comes to love. And the cards I pulled were the ring, lily, woman, and sun. And the ring literally shows marriage, commitment. The lily shows maturity and timing, not rushed, but steady. And the woman points to his future wife. And the sun shows happiness, truth, and warmth. And what I see is that Clayton does marry. And it won't be chaotic like his past entanglements. It comes from when he's learned discernment and matured emotionally. So Clayton, keep working on that. Discernment. Timing-wise, the lily suggests a slower arc, which is really, I think, good for him. I'd say within the next 2 to 3 years. He might meet someone within the next year. And after this legal entanglement is completely over. So once the trial happens and their karmic legal entanglements are complete, even though they are completing in so many ways, like he is complete from his trial, but there's still that lingering energy that is, keeps him engaged in some way. So, I can't wait to celebrate Clayton and his bride, but we'll have to wait on that. All right, so I think I mentioned this in the last episode with Clayton. The woman herself feels grounded, warm, and supportive, and not someone that's in the spotlight, but maybe someone that brings him peace rather than chaos, and she'll be emotionally steady and a true partner that can make him feel safe to be himself. And I did say in the last one, I think it will be around him selling houses. So this might be a repeat performance, but I think the universe always has a little bit of a sense of humor. So, all right. So in the end, Clayton and Laura's human design show exactly why they collided. Magnetism mixed with chaos. Their connection was karmic, not romantic, and it was meant to teach them lessons about control and truth and discernment. And for Clayton, the real love story is still ahead, a marriage that will bring him stability, joy, and satisfaction. And that's what his chart is truly designed for. So that's what came through. Drop a comment below. Do you see a karmic mirror in their connection? And don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to keep following my deep dives using human design, my psychic abilities, as well as the cards, like and share, ring the bell, do those things, because I love doing this work and I can't wait to see wonderful things happen for Clayton. He totally deserves it. And remember, Laura, if you're listening, the truth always rises. And I'll see you in the next one.